Hello guys, welcome to CloudVi. In today's video I'm going to discuss how to replicate data in between Oracle database to PostgreSQL using Golden Gate. So this is the any kind of architecture for a heterogeneous databases in between two servers. So normally we will have a source server. Please imagine this is a Oracle, and then we are having we have to first do the capture process. First do the initial load using the data pumps, and then we have to capture process, and also the capture process, the extract process will capture and put in the trail files, and the data pumps also do the initial loads. Then we will transfer the trails file to the remote trails. And in the target sides, we also having a Golden Gate installed for our target database is Postgres. So we are having a both database, both Postgres installed, different Postgres installed for Oracle source and PostgreSQL target. So the collector process receive the trail files from there, and then replicate process replicate the data to the target database. So for our this video, we put these things in a single EC2 machines. We could have done in the two machines, but for just sake of this video, we put in a single machine, single EC2 machines, where we have installed both the source Oracle database as well as target PostgreSQL database, and also we installed Golden Gate for both the Oracle as well as PostgreSQL separately. Okay, so our Golden Gate hub on the EC2 instance, this is a two, there is no hub, there is a two Golden Gates. So one for Oracle and one for another for PostgreSQL. So what we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss the preparations of the source Oracle as an EC2 machines. These portions I am not going to show you. I already have a previously uploaded video for Oracle to RDS, where I have discussed in detail how to create a spot instance, how to install the Oracle on there. So I have already discussed in detail. Similarly, the second point would be is the create a PostgreSQL on EC2 machines. In my numerous video, I have discussed how to install a PostgreSQL on a Red Hat machines. So if you want to check these things, check my previous video. So number 2 points also I am not going to show you. So what is the number 3 point? Number 3 point is quite easy. It is something we have to install the Golden Gate on the both the source as well as sourced Oracle as well as PostgreSQLs. So this is quite easy for installing both the Golden Gate for Oracle and Postgre. The fourth point is most crucial, where I will be showing that what are the steps required for the replications. Like we have to create the subdiars, we have to create the parameter, start the manager for both the Postgres and SQLs, and then we will be doing this, creating the tables, and we will be doing the capture process for the tables. For the source process, we will be also, since it is a heterogeneous replications, we have to create the definition file, and then we'll transfer, though it is a single server, but we'll show the transfer from a local trail, the remote trails. For our case is the remote machine is also the same server, but I'll in case of different servers, we have to put the server name as a remote server. So how do we send these trail files, then the replicate process, then replicate process will take the trail files, and how it will replicate the data from to the target machines. Okay, so these points, as I said, I already having a video explaining in detail. So the next, this point also the same things, installing Oracle 19c. I'll be putting a link for my previous video, so where I have discussed in detail. Installing Oracle Golden Gate 19c, this is quite easy, but I'll try to show you. Otherwise, these things already been discussed in my previous video. I could have shown you because I have done in my in my steps, but this will become the video very lengthy. Okay, install target PostgreSQL DB is very easy. You know, install the RPM, then install this thing, initialize the DB. This is something I have done it multiple times, so I know that you could have also done it, but if you need a reference, please view my previous video. This is something very straightforward. We have to just unzip the PostgreSQLs and set the lib path, lib library path, then the Odbc configuration file. I'll be showing, I'll be discussing in detail. You know, because the Odbc configuration file is required for the connection to the database, so I'll be discussing in detail what are the parameters we'll use and what is the purpose of these parameters. Okay, and then we will be creating the subdiars and then the starter manager. Then configuring the test and golden test configure and test the golden gate replications. Here I was telling that will be verify the source Oracle and target PostgreSQL DB connections, and we'll also create a sample tables and okay. Another thing I just want to clarify, for heterogeneous applications, this is since a heterogeneous database, I'm skipping the initial load here, because initial load could be done in a multiple way. Either you can use the Ora2PG tool for exporting something, because I cannot use the EXPDP MPDP because it's heterogeneous. So you can use Ora2PG, you can use DMS data load, or even SQL, maybe the SQL putting the thing in the CSV file and copy this CSV file to the Postgres. So there are multiple way. I am not going to discuss these things here, because the initial loads, the initial loads, there is I already having another video. I could have given the link, the how to replicate data in between Oracle to Postgres. I'll be only showing these things, how to replicate the capture the change data from Oracle to Postgres here through the golden gate. So coming back to the original discussions, so I have to create a copy the definition file, since it is a heterogeneous. So definition file needs to be created and needs to be transferred to the remote site. For me, here the remote machines, I am taking a single machines, but if you got a remote machine, so you have to transfer the definition files as well as the local trails to the remote trails. Then we'll be I'll be showing that how to create and start the replicate process and test the configurations. Okay, now we are going to set this listener and TNS named Aurora. Okay, so I already put the names and the details. I'll discuss what's there. You can say that is I put the name as this listener.aura. I'll put as listener wordcl, and the wordcls I put this IP as a host IP and the port 141521. Similarly for the TNS name.aura. So I'm going to start now. Okay, started. Now similarly I'll check for the database. Okay, and the version is 19.3.6. okay, version. Okay, so the database installation part is done. Now the next part, what I'm going to do, I'm going to install the Oracle Golden Gate for the Oracle database. Okay, prerequisites to the Golden Gate replications. I need to, the source database has to be in archive log mode. So let me check. No, so I'll shut down. Startup mount, alter database archive block, alter database open. Okay, archive block list. Good. So database now is in archive log mode. In addition to the archive log mode, we have to also enable the supplemented log data. I am doing for the database level. Okay, now the next step is I am going to install the Oracle Golden Gate for the Oracle database. I already have the Golden Gate installed software. I'm just going to unzip it. This is a Golden Gate Oracle home. I am just going to unzip it inside this Oracle home, somewhere inside the Oracle home. Let me put as a U01 Oracle, and create a directory called GGS. So I am gonna unzip inside the GGS. Okay, good. I'm going to unzip it. Installations, I create a folder called GGS Oracle inside U01, and I run the run installer and provide the locations of the file, the directory, and the start manager. So it is created. I just run the run installer. Okay, let me so this is the screen. I have to use a 19C. I have to give the software location. Software location is U01 GGS Oracle, and I am going to start the manager, and if I click next, it will install the stuffs. Okay, so I already in the GGS Oracle. You can see that the installations is done. Now we have to configure some of the stuffs, and we have to put some like the LD library path and all these things, and then we'll directly configure in the Golden Gate for Oracle. Okay, now we are going to configure it. Now, as I said, since we have used the create start manager options, that checkbox, the sub dir is already created. If I don't have, then we have to manually create the sub dir. Edit params, its parameters 7809, it's already set. That's default. We have chosen these things when we install the Golden Gate. You know, the manager is already started. Okay, and in fall the manager is running. So the next steps, I am going to install the PostgreSQL here, and as well as I am going to install the Oracle Golden Gate for the PostgreSQLs, and then I will be doing these replication steps. PostgreSQL here, 12 version. Okay. Let me check the status once. Good. Now the few things we have to update, like the two configuration file PostgreSQL.conf and pghba.conf. For PostgreSQL.conf, only the connection settings should be good, and I'll put the star just for sake of this video. And the second one is pghba.conf. Okay. I'll change the address from 0 and MD5. Just for the, and I also change this for the trust, so they trust each other. Since I have changed these parameters, I have to restart. So we are good. Okay, so I have installed the PostgreSQLs and I have changed the parameters. So here what I'm gonna do, I'll change the password of Postgres user and I'll log in as a Postgres, and okay, I'll create a database called CloudVi and create a user called get user testdba with password welcome. And just for the sake of this video, I'm giving this super user. It's not required though, but just okay. The next steps I'm going to install the PostgreSQL Golden Gate for the PostgreSQL. I'm going to install the Golden Gate for the PostgreSQL. So I'm in the software locations. Let me go to my U01 and I will create another. This is the folder structure currently GGS Oracle. Let me put another folder called GGS Postgres and move the file here from U01 software okay. I'll go to the GGS Postgres Oh, I put it somewhere else. Postgres, and I will unzip. Okay, there's a tar file. I'm going to untar it. Okay, so now it's ready. I don't have to do anything steps for the PostgreSQL for installing this Oracle Golden Gate. The next steps I have to configure. I have to put some LD library part and configure. So I'll put this. This is LD library path is U01 GGS Postgres lib GGSCI. Yes, it's connected. Even though it's connected, there is a something. There is a some few of the stuffs I need to put in a configuration file called odbc.ini, which I have to create here, and there are multiple details we have to put is a odbc.ini, like the some of the driver files, database, the path, username, some of the stuff. So I'll be discussing all these things. Okay, you can some of the steps we need to so this is the kind of a format of the odbc.ini file. Here these things will be default. This is a alias, like we'll be using alias. I can use any alias. Say let me use the alias as a Postgres cloudvi. Okay, the alias is something that we can use the alias so that we don't have to reveal the actual the details, actual database server name and all these things. So this is the driver path for our driver. It should be our locations, the UG1 GGS Postgres, and inside this lib. So similarly for database, our database name is cloudvi. Our logging ID is testdba, and password is the password. Okay, the host names, I'm gonna put the host name. Host name is this is our host name. Okay, 54 port number is 5432. Install directory is U01 GGS Postgres. So put everything, create a odbc.ini. Okay, and I have to also provide a path in the odbc ini, the variable of the path called odbc ini, which will be U01 GGS Postgres odbc.ini. Okay, Now if I'll do that, it will connect to the particular stubs. Now here I have to create the subdirects, dirs, and edit manager programs. Here I am using the same host. I'm not using any remote host for my Oracle Golden Gate and Postgres Golden Gate. So these are different installations. So I can use the same port. I am using this 7810 because 7809 was used for Oracle Golden Gate. Now again we'll try all. Yes, it's running. That's great. So we have installed the PostgreSQL. We have installed the Golden Gate on for PostgreSQLs. We have edited some of the parameters, some odbcs.ini with the PostgreSQL details. It's having the alias, it's having the software locations, it's having this one of the driver locations, database name, username, password, everything. Okay, and I have started the manager. So I'm going to create some table structure in the both the Oracle and Postgres. So let me create a Oracle table first. Okay, let me create a user, create user, say username called Postgres. Now I'm going to grant some privileges to this thing. I'll grant resource connect, select any table, insert any table, delete any table to Postgres, following privileges to the Postgres. Okay, good. Now I connect as a Postgres and I will create the table. Okay, and also the primary key would be required for the replications. Okay, similarly as a Postgres, let me log in as a I log in as a here Cloud by as a user test DB. Let me create the table. Okay, create table is done. Now for this is now I'll have to log in this golden gate for both source database as well as source database as for the target database. Now for these things I have to set this path and go to the U01 GGS Oracle and UCI. I will connect to the source database using the user ID and password we created. Successfully logged into a database. These tables Postgres star. So this is the my table Postgres.custom, and let me capture the table definitions. Okay, so you can see there are customer number, customer name, customer email, customer mobile, and customer address. This is the 5 fields. Similarly, okay. Here there is a difference. You can see that let me check seated here. You know that I have created the odbc.ini, and there I use a alias to connect these things. So here I'll be using the aliases to connect the database. Source DB, cloud by user ID, test DB. Okay, what is this? Please check the insert ODBC field. Let me check what is the error. Here I did some mistakes. I have to put this to change something, because to connect these things I have to also use the alias here, so I have not used the alias here. So let me put the alias. I also put this sport stop manager, start manager. Okay, now I should be able to log in, I believe. Yes, same things. I have checked tables, my test DBA. Okay, the database is CloudVy, I believe. Sorry, CloudVy. Not this one, this is under public. Okay, capture table definition. What I have to put, I have to put a separate double quote for this one, and okay, so only you can see here also there are 5 columns. The only difference you can see this, the here that is customer address and here is customer area. I'll be doing some kind of column mapping and resolve these things. I did it for a purpose, so that you know how the column, you know, during the replication process, how the column mapping can be done, and we can do the different kind of options, like, you know, name of the change of the columns, how the column mapping can be done. Okay, so now we are going to start this extractor process in this PostgreSQL source for Oracle database. So what extractor process will do, it will capture the definitions here, and it will transfer to the Postgres machine. Now, you know, since it is a test, I don't have any existing data. Okay, so this is my extractor parameters which I am going to edit. My process name is epos, and the user ID is testdba. User ID should be, sorry, Postgres. Password is also Postgres because this is from Oracle side. This is a remote host. This is the same host, so I will use the host ID or host name. Manager port is a Postgres level 7810. This is the trail, and this is the table name. So I'll open again. I say edit parameter epos. Okay, extract added. Extract epos and give some kind of values, like, you know, 5 megabytes, and try to start the epos if it is starting. Info all. No, it's not starting. We check what is the issue. Again I have to check the logs. Okay, so it is, the error is operation not supported because the enable golden get replication not set to true. So this is a parameter we have to set. Log into the database. This is the parameter I have to set as a true. Okay, now I try to start epos. Sorry, info all is running. Good. Now since it is a heterogeneous environment from Oracle to Postgres, we have to create a definition file as well. This is my definition file. Will looks put as a customers. Okay. Now we'll check this definitions. Now the next steps, what I'm going to do that I have to copy that particular definitions file from Oracle Postgres, from Oracle Golden Gate installation directory to the Postgres installation directory under this dir def. So copy the file and I'll copy inside GGS Postgres. Now the definition file, the particular table definition file has been copied, the extract process. Now we have to run the replicate process at the Postgres side. So this is the Postgres side. So here the replicator parameter files. We know that the definition file we have copied. We change the setenv as well. For the Odbc ini, the target DB is CloudVi. This is this is not the actual name, because though my actual name and my alias is same, but this is alias name. My user ID is testdb, password is okay. Discard file I have to put the map process. The Postgres customers and the target is public customers, and there is a two type of mapping is possible. One is column map and one is column match. Since I am having only one column name is changed, so I will be changing this column customer DDR to customer address. I think it should be okay. Check any syntax error is there or not. Looks good. Now create the replicate process and try to start. Now this is acid test. If everything goes well, I can insert a row and try to find if it is working. Okay. Now if everything is correct, I should see that things got replicated. Okay. Well, I believe the edit param is having some problem. Yeah, so there was some problem. Let me now check. Should replicate now. Yes, it's replicated. So file, create another one. Okay, now so let's start from customers. Should be 2. Yes. So you can see that the replication process is working fine. So even it's also done this in a column mapping from customer address to customer DDR. So I believe we wrap it up. What we did, we created a Oracle instance and Postgres instance. We created the installations of Golden Gate separately, and we created an extract file, a trail file, a definition file. We'll copy the definition file. We'll also create a replication file, a replications parameter, and we put some kind of parameters in it, and we able to replicate successfully from Oracle to Postgres. Thank you. Bye.